All right. All right, guys. What is going on, dude? What is good? What is good, chat? Hopefully you guys are having a blessed day today. Whoa, welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys ready or what, man? Are you guys ready or what? Ooh, let's see if we can get 56 17. Let's see if we can get 17, baby. We're at 13. Let's see if we can get 17, dude. Golly. Normally I'm not super nervous, but when you do shit during lunch, you know, just makes you all fucked up inside when you go against your trade plan. When you go against your trade plan, emotionally you're like, you shouldn't have done that. So it's conflicting because it's like, we're up, but you weren't supposed to do that. So we'll leave it here for a minute while we do the intro. Sheesh, we got almost 50 people on here, dog. That looks good. That looks good. Welcome, everybody. Drop a like on the stream if you guys are ready to go. If you're ready to learn something today. We're at 15. Let's see if we can get this little push. Let's see if we can get that push up to 17. I don't even know why I said it like that, but I'm having fun today, chat. It's a good day. It's Wednesday, Wall Street Wednesday, middle of the week. We have absolutely sold off this morning. Walk you through some of that. And yeah, I'm trying to long this down market, so that's always great. What's good? Ibranith, Memo, Amin, Willow, Naruto, Toby, Felix, Natasha. Oh yeah, dude, drum and bass is goated. Drum and bass is definitely goated. It all started for me with Sandstorm, you know, by Darude or Darude, whatever it's called. That was a long time ago, dude. One of the best songs ever made. The music video is ass, but it's one of the best songs like ever. Besides Africa by Toto. But anyways, what's good? Hadar, Jordan D, Jonas, Ricky. Is that a penguin? I can't tell what that is, Ricky. What's good? 2020, Stephanie, Eli, Sean, Mason, Leon, Flacco, Shay, Millie. Secured my 2%, Jonas. Oh, good shit. That's nice. Love to see it. Lows on cable were beautiful. Yes, they were. I was too late to the party to do anything on that side. So yeah, that's always great. Took some screenshots today. Took some screenshots on dollar index as well. And the indices going higher here is actually counter dollar because I think dollar's going to rally. So the indices actually might have a bit of a hard time pushing up here. So, you know, we'll watch it. We'll see how it goes. But sometimes you get stopped out in profit and sometimes it runs to your TP. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, for me, though, it's the beginning of the PM session, so we might see a pullback. I mean, indices are weak today, so, you know, this level here could be reaccumulation. Could be. It's just a 1 minute chart. Could be reaccumulation here. I would not want to see it get back to the like the single digits, basically like 8, 6, 4. I wouldn't want to see that. I would want to see us extend higher. So I think 17 is probably available, and then maybe like the 20s. I think would be fairly decent. Okay. But I'm hiding the markups for a reason. I wanted you guys to take a look at this chart, even though I posted in the Discord already. But you know, take a look at it and look for some of the things that we've been talking about the last, you know, few weeks or months, whatever. And just take a look before I tell you. Willow says baby Pip's going crazy, but we tapped in. Very nice. Very nice. Morning was decent, no trades taken. Euro shorts was perfect. Says Carlos. Big James ready for the sauce. You love to see it. You love to see it. Lee Bright's journaling had a break even this morning. Yeah, it's understandable, especially for indices this morning. It's good. Alex C. Jonas is from Germany, so they took out a trade on DAX because it's the morning session for them. After that, the afternoon, I watched the stock exchange. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Willow. No break of structure. We don't need that. We don't need that. What's good, convicted capitalists? 1, 2, 3 lows. Imbalance prior to manipulation becomes inverted. Imbalance on the way upside. Liquidity. Down candles respected. So you're not the, man, that's a hell of a question. So you're not the only one that didn't end up following their trade plan today. Man, fuck you. It's a fair question. You're allowed to, that's the thing. You're allowed to call me out, guys. It's okay. You know, I'm telling you, hey, I didn't follow my trade plan today. Like, I still, you know, the timing wasn't there, but it was. Like, the timing was good, and I'll talk about it, but it's just me personally. I always tell you guys, like, yeah, I usually don't trade during lunch. But today, I think was worth it. But it's a fair question, you know? So, I mean, you know, I call out enough bullshit in the MLM industry and all that. So, I mean, it's only right, you know, if I do something wrong, like, you're allowed to ask, okay? But the thing is, though, is I don't pretend to be perfect. So, you know, there is that. But so it's muted anyway. All right. So now we can get into it. So yesterday the stream ended abruptly, and I watched the recording because I also recorded it because I was going to clip it, and I did say probably around halfway through I did say, hey, it's raining, so my power might go out, and so it did, and that's exactly what happened. So we didn't get to end it the way that I wanted to. I did basically, yeah, see this, ooh, I don't want to see that. But the idea, right, most of the ideas from yesterday is you know, I had already got through it, so it wasn't enough for me to come back on, you know, after like most of the hour had went by. So I was like, ah, fuck it, we'll just come back tomorrow. Wow, look at that shit. We came all the way back, chat, motherfucker, dude. Now it'll probably fly without me because I just got knocked out. But a stopping profit locks profits in. So the market knew. They were like, oh yeah, John's fixing a stream. Yeah, fuck him. So I guess I'll go ahead and talk about it now. But look how close we were to that gap. That's why I was wanting that gap right there. You see that? Right there. We came within 16 and a quarter. We came within 1 tick of the low end of that gap. Bastard. So anyway, I'm trying to see like what it came back for, and I don't know. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's talk about it. Yeah. All right. If we go out to the daily, okay, that's what this gray box is down here. So we have Friday, August 23rd. All right, so let's label that. You guys see this, right? this right here, okay? Daily time frame on ES. August 23rd, that day, you see this gap right here? And the fact that August 23rd also has no wick on it either, that's important. Okay. And then we can also label the close of August 22nd. All right, so watch this. Was that a Thursday? That one had a wick, so I'm not going to label it lack of wick. Okay. So look at that shit. Look at this right here. Right at 11:23, we tapped into that. Now, I wanted to long that right there, but I did not have enough conviction is the professional word. Okay. I didn't have enough to just straight go long there. And I said, well, there's an imbalance on the way here. I got to wait for another candle to form, of course, but like, you know, that's pretty abrupt, right? That's pretty volatile, you could say, right? Pretty decent downsized candle for ES. I mean, that's about 6 points right there, 6 or 7 points, right? Now, this is where some of the finesse begins, okay? We're looking at ES, but we can go and we can add NQ. And one of you did post this in the Discord already, which is great. I'm glad you saw it. I had NQ on there twice. Okay. So if you remember yesterday, or it might have been Monday, I don't remember, but in one of the most recent live streams that I did this week, we talked about the indices, right? And we looked at, I think it was Monday, a matter of fact, where Dow was higher and both NQ and ES were lower. Do you guys remember that? And we did this on the chart. Remember, we added all three of them. And remember, we had the Dow Jones that was in candlesticks, and then we had the NQ and ES markets in the line charts. You guys remember that, right? Let me just make sure we're all good to go over here on this end. Do you guys remember that? I mean, I got streams tonight. Well, it is what it is. I mean, I had a chance. I'll talk about that in a minute. I mean, technically it did make a new high, and I could have got out at the new high, but I was like, nah, I think we should get the gap. And we didn't. So, you know, a win is a win. I mean, obviously, when the difference is like a few $100s, yeah, it kind of sucks, but that's trading for you. That's trading for you. Flacco, I don't know why that becomes a gap, dude. I don't know. Like, why that happens specifically. The market's closed for an hour every day, and they reopen after an hour. It's like rebalancing and all this technical stuff that I honestly don't understand. I just know that it does that. And at times, well, almost every single day, there's going to be some sort of gap. It's either going to be very, very small or very, very large. So that's, you know, stuff that you want to pay attention to. Okay. ES is the leader. That's why you. So technically, NQ is the leader. Okay. So if we mark up, remember what we've been doing all week as part of the beginner series. I probably won't put this in the beginner series, but if you remember what we've been looking for, right? Lows and highs and equal lows and equal highs, right? So the indices, I don't know what Dow, I think Dow might have been lower here. But we can see that during lunch, ES traded lower below lows, right? How far can price go below lows? An imbalance, right? Or a gap. You catch that? Yeah, John, that's been in my notes for a long time. It fucking should be. It's right there. That's why I said I would have longed that. I wanted to, but I was like, I'll just wait. So, but anyway, the point of me showing you this is look at the difference, right? ES trading lower into that gap. NQ is higher. So NQ, to me, is showing accumulation. Even if it's short-lived, that's okay. The markets don't have to run forever, okay? It can be short-term accumulation. That's fine. But ES trading lower while NQ, I think you guys can see that, right? I know I have a webcam on here. Low, higher low. At the same time, ES is lower and into the gap, right? So now that you know that's there, okay? Let me just delete all this, right? Do we have any sort of upside targets for the ES market specifically? And that's why I have a few things on here. 11:15 is right here. Okay? That's a new 15-minute candle. But there is no wick on that 15-minute candle, and we rolled lower. So that means right here, that's why that's labeled like that. 15-minute lack of wick here. Should the market stop there and trade lower? It probably shouldn't. We have this high right at the beginning of lunch. So there's going to be trailing stops because the market is ass today. And by ass, I mean it's just lower. That's all. It's lower, lower, lower. So anybody short from up here is going to drag their stops. And with this new leg lower, new low of day, all that, stops are going to go to the most recent high. That's your easiest available target beyond the lack of wick here. So that lack of wick would be a very easy target. A new high, that would be like if I traded multiple contracts, oh, you bet your ass one or two would have went out off here. Okay. But single contract. So it was a one and done. That's why I was like, I don't want to see that lower. And then we got that lower. But anyway, how far can price go above a high? It's either going to be like an imbalance or a gap or lack of wick or something like that. And that's why I wanted that 17 level. It's 1675. That's why I wanted to see that. But we didn't get it. So, you know, it was, I think at the tail end of, if today's Wednesday, yesterday was cut. So at the tail end of Monday, episode 8, I believe that is. Remember, I was telling you guys, your targets may not always be hit. You know, sometimes the market's going to come back and stop you out at break even or stop you out in profit. And like, that's just how it is, right? Especially the way that I trade. I'm not going to be up fucking 14 points and only stay at break even or, you know, something like that. Like, no, I'm going to lock in at least like 4, maybe 5 at a minimum, right? Because 4 points on ES, okay, is about $200. So, you know, $200 I think is worth it at a minimum, right? I mean, would you guys agree? And that's not based on like just a certain number of points, you know, that's just based on money. Like, hey, if you're up, because this is where I was long, by the way, at 601.75. So if I'm in, let's just say at 2, just to keep it simple. If I'm in at 602 and we're at 615, I'm up 13 points. That's $750. You think I want to see profit of almost $800 and then take nothing on the day? No. I'm at least lock in like 4 points, maybe 4.25, you know, for like that extra $12.50 for like commissions and all that shit. But it's like if you're going to be up hundreds or even over $1,000 a contract, would you really let it come all the way back even and take nothing on the day? Ooh, that's absurd. I don't want to do that. Okay. But yeah, technically this new high should have been a partial. And I was trying to hold for the gap. We just didn't get it. Okay. But anyway, let's come back down here. When the market traded lower here, right? Where is your break of structure? Is it here? Is it this? Is it the candle body? Is it the high? What is it? If you're waiting for that, I guess there's an imbalance here. But I'm in from down here, right? I had somebody ask me a question the other day. They were like, "Oh, can you tell me more about can you tell me about change of character and break of structure?" I'm like, first of all, I don't even know what the fuck a change of character is. Okay? So, you know, maybe go ask the person who taught you that shit. And break of structure, I don't really use. So that's that, right? Because I have said time and time again that by the time you wait for a break of structure, I'm already in. Because a shift in price delivery will wipe the fucking floor with break of structure. Do you understand that? Inverted imbalances, or even like, I don't really see it here, but if there was like say a down candle and then we shifted in price delivery to go higher, you know, that's better than a break of structure, because you're going to be able to get in a lot closer to the low versus waiting for a break of structure and then playing a retracement. Okay. Now let's just say, for argument's sake, you played this imbalance and you're like, yeah, that was a good fucking trade. I mean, I'm not going to lie, right? If you're in at 605 and you ran it up to 615, that's $500 a contract. That's a good trade in my book. Don't get me wrong. That is a good trade, right? But I'm in from 01.75. So I'm already up $150, $175 a contract by the time you're getting in. So that's what I'm saying. A shift in price delivery, okay, is way better than a break of structure. And you cannot convince me otherwise. It won't happen. The math ain't mathin'. Okay? Number one, you're getting in sync with order flow very early on, which means your reward is bigger. The earlier you get into a move, also the smaller your risk, right? Yes. Right? What are we doing, dude? What are we doing here, ES? Like, I don't even think we have news today. I don't think we do. We don't have anything today. So that's cool. What is this though? This is ass. Anyway, let's go over to NQ. Okay. NQ, there's that higher low at 1123. See that? So that probably would have been better, because, you know, I always tell you guys to long the leader, and here I am long in the laggard, but you see why though, right? Like, it had the gap on that daily time frame. That's important. And then we had the gap on the upside, as well as that 15-minute lack of wick. So the targets were beautiful. Oh, look at that. 70 people on here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Nasdaq is our laggard on the day. So I was a little bit reluctant to do that. And I'm not really too sure. I guess you have this 15-minute imbalance here, but most of you know this already, but that's my least favorite target. My least favorite target is trying to long and then get out at an imbalance. I don't like doing that. I just don't like that. I would rather target highs or, you know, some shit like that. But I still think there was good opportunities here though. Let me just We didn't even trade into this. We didn't invert, I don't think. Like we did, but there was no, like we didn't trade back into this. So I'm not really sure what the play there was. And I almost never go to sub 1 minute anymore. This is a bit of a stretch. But I guess you have a 15-second inversion here. Trades through that at 11:25. And then 11:25, we trade back into it. So at the next 15-second candle. So I mean, look, I don't do 15-second charts like that. I do like the 1 minute. I don't typically go down beyond that, but that is there for you. And that would have been very sexy. Look at that. Right? Look at, what's the drawdown on something like that? What's the drawdown? Hardly anything. Not even 30 seconds in drawdown. It does kind of like mess around for a little bit, and then it launches like that, dude. And that's easily 50 points right there. That's just dirty. And then it comes up there for that 15-minute imbalance, but I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done. I think these highs could be taken. So that's what that looks like. But Flacco, I didn't break the markets, bro. I didn't, you know, I didn't design them. I didn't code them. I didn't do anything with that. But you know what? Now that I'm fucking out, this bitch is gonna rally, and I do not feel like re-entering. But that my alerts are set. I think the higher one is 5616.75. And then let me see some. That same candle, excuse me, that same candle here has a lack of wick up here, and I feel like, you know, that's why I said the 22s. I think we could get that, but I'm no longer interested in today. Anything in here, I'm not interested anymore. I think, let me take a look at gold real quick. I want to say I mentioned gold in the chat after one of you looked at it. Oh, that's a deep retracement. I don't like that at all. But now we have another set of highs. So I would watch gold today. I'm not going to trade it. Okay, so full disclosure there. I'm not going to trade it. I don't want to fuck up a good day. And so, yeah, a lot of these highs in here are pretty clean. And silver is dirt today. So much lower lows on silver, and we have a higher low on gold. So if that's accumulation, then we should see expansion or the upside. But I don't, what I mean by deep retracement is, if you think back to yesterday and I told you about the 50%, right? This is the current low, and we cross 50% and almost get to the highs. So we come back into the discount almost immediately, and then we run, but we don't take the highs, and then we come all the way back down like 80% of the range, and that I do not care for. I don't care for that. You're telling me the market could have yoinked the highs and instead came all the way down here to yank the low instead? Only to now come up? Ugh. You know? I tell you guys all the time, gold's the most manipulated shit there is. And look at it. Look at it. It's disgusting. If you like that kind of stuff, it's nice, but I just I don't like that today. If we go over to the dollar, oh, that is so clean. I took screenshots of this too, by the way. I mean, not that you guys, you know, don't believe me, but low, high, lower, low, right? And we traded through that this morning, and then there's an up candle right here that we traded right into. And so if you go back into the Discord, I don't remember what time I said British pound looked bearish. It was, oh, way late. It was way too late to take a trade. I'm not saying like, oh, look at me. But it was pound. I think it was like right in here. I had said something. Right. So again, way too late to take a trade. But you can see how we extended lower. And actually this right there, I wanted to see that before we ran the lows. But again, I don't make the rules. So we came right back up into that and then back below that old low. So yeah, if you were looking for shorts today, this was too clean, chat. 130, 180. Look at that. Look at all those lows in here. Beautiful consolidation. That's one of the highest probability targets that there is, dude. Too clean. Way too clean. So, because one of you asked in the Discord yesterday, I think you shorted this in here and got stopped out on that. And then, you know, now we're lower. So, you know, there is that. 7 is right here. So we continue lower into New York, but then we rally for this high. That's manipulation. Look at that fucking candle right there. 15-minute time frame. Look at that candle. Then we sink. So, and that's kind of a reminder, right? When I was telling you about equities and I was saying if we're going to go higher, we typically go lower first. Or if we're going to go lower, what do? If you mark your session, okay, like for the FX side, this would be 7 o'clock. So that'd be like right here, right? So if we're going to go lower, what do we do first? We go higher to grab stops to then go lower. So that's just classic trading higher before we go lower. Yeah, Ricky, all they did was stop out everybody like me who gets like a kick-ass entry and then places their stop and profit because they don't want to take an L on the day or lose, you know, or who only take one contract, right? So it's like all or nothing, right? They're like, oh, I'm coming for your ass. They're like, I'm coming for your shit. Yeah, look at those lows here. That's too clean. That's too clean. Yeah. So I guess that's where we're at on the day so far. But Nasdaq not really giving that same retracement as ES. So, but it's not a bad place to be, right? I would be a lot more nervous now if I was in at break even, because now, like if we just extended that over here, just to kind of give you a visual, if you were in from this inversion here, right? But look where that's at now. It's right below these lows. So how would you feel if you were long and you're in a trade and you're kind of watching it and you see this shit, right? It's like gunning for your break even. You're like, oh my God. And now your break even trade, your order's sitting like at 02 or 03, and your order is sitting right below these lows here. That's usually not good. That's usually not good. Because now you're hoping, that's when you start praying and hoping and shit. You're like, no, let the down candle support it to go higher. You're like praying that the up candles continue, and then they don't. And then you're like, fuck. So that's trading for you. That's trading. Yeah, Willow, base hits are crucial. Base hits are crucial. What do you think the best time to start charting in the morning? Markets open at 8:30 for me. I have tried with starting my charting from 7:30 a.m., but currently start charting around 8. Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know how long it takes you to like be alert, look at certain things, start looking for the lows and looking for the highs and stuff. Shit. For me, it probably takes about a good 30 minutes to really wake up and actually be fully alert enough to press buttons. Probably about 30 minutes. But that's going to be up to you. Now, certain days I wake up early. Like, say if I wake up an hour earlier than usual, well, I'm not going to go back to sleep. So I'll just hop on the charts a little bit early and then go from there. That usually works out pretty well. Dollar new highs on a day, that's not a surprise. And remember what I said earlier, that dollar pushing higher is counter ES, like counter equities. Because that strong dollar could, again, help push indices lower. And that's why these lows are too clean. I don't think that's going to stay there. This could easily just give that up. Never gonna give you up. You're getting given up. You're done. These lows are toast. They're toast for anyone trying to long this right now. Y'all want to see traders get smoked? Watch those lows get taken. So let me just check dollar real quick. Yeah, see, look at that dollar. Look at that dollar. Beautiful mitigation at 9. And we have been rallying since then. So that push on dollar, obviously everything else is going to be, not everything, but most things are going to be subordinate to that. So what are you going to see? A lower euro. What is the target on that? Probably like 110, 90, 98. That's easy lows here. And same thing, just like British pound. 7 o'clock is there. And there's an imbalance right above the open. If I was talking, I don't know if my friend's going to watch this recording or not, but remember how the last couple of days I've been telling him, or I've been telling you guys, right? I was like, hey, remember I told you, look at the daily, 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute. Well, there's a really good example of a 1 hour imbalance that's above New York FX. Because there's New York FX right there. Okay. You could break it down to a 5 minute or a 15 minute, right? What's sitting at that imbalance right here? Remember this gray box is the 1 hour. What's sitting right there? Boom. Low resistant highs. Look at that. We come up to yoink that, and then look at this up candle right here. 10 a.m. What's that? See these two down candles here? You see how we close right there? What does that look like to you? It comes up for this higher one here. Comes up for this, I don't, it comes up for that little candle right there. But the highest one here, okay, look how it's trading into that, lower, into that, lower, and then finally gives up and rips ass because it's gunning for these lows. So you see how all that works? Flacco, it's GC for gold. GC something. It's right here. GCZ 2024. I think that's the current contract. I think it's December. You might want to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that we're in the December contract for gold. But because I added this, I don't know how many weeks ago, so I might be, just double check that to make sure. Okay. But that's in alignment with euro going lower too. So that sell-off that we saw on euro was replicated over in gold. Just took out 2 more contracts on down. Still have 3 contracts. Oh, nice. Very nice. That's good stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow. I'll talk to you about that for a minute too. Oh, look at those lows. See? I told you you want to see traders get fucking dusted? Said watch those lows. Bam, they just got dusted. They just got fucking dusted. Done and dusted, Chad. They just got wrecked. So, anyway, let's talk about Dow. Good old Dowski. Oh, there it is. So I got lost in the sauce for a minute. Got lost in the sauce for a minute, chat. If you look at yesterday's lows on Dow, right? Are they? Yeah, Stephanie, I think not really, but if you remember the beginners video series, if you remember what we've been talking about, right? What am I looking for as targets? Low resistant lows. Now, I didn't say anything, even though I was like, yeah, Dow might trade lower to catch up to the other indices, but I just think this was gross. I think everything in here is horrendous to me. But, you know, just like Monday, ES is lower, NQ is lower, Dow Jones is higher, right? Why would it do that? Because remember what else I told you yesterday about the opening price logic. Where's 8 o'clock or 8:30? Sorry. There's 8:30. There's your equities open, right? If the market's going to go lower, what's it going to do first? Higher before lower. That's in your notes. That is literally in your notes. That was in yesterday's video. Because it's the same shit every day. Or maybe not every day, but every week. All the time you see this. It's going to have lows. It doesn't always do this per se, but like it yoinks lower because it's exciting. It's equities open. Everybody's excited to start trading, right? It comes up, sweeps that high, trades lower, sweeps all the lows, rallies up for the highs. But that's all manipulation. It's a false move. Okay? The false move. Look at those lows on Dow. That just got swept too. You see that? Low resistance lows here. Swept. Or at least met. I don't know if it's a sweep to go higher. At this point, I don't think so. But that's liquidity. Okay? And this is the kind of shit you need to be journaling. I'll probably make a journal video here pretty soon too. Higher before lower. Shorting above the open in bearish conditions. I didn't short Dow though. Probably should have, but hindsight is 2020. So, but that's what that looks like. Look how clean those lows are. Okay, beautiful. Ran straight there with almost no problems. Knock everybody out, then go where we want it, where we want to take it. Your entry's at 41,410. Oh, damn. You're in from way up there. You're in from way up here. You like shorted above the old highs. Jesus. Like from up there? That's disgusting. I don't even know what color to put. Blue, I guess. Yeah, that's nasty. And you got out more partials at these new lows? Oh yeah, you're a genius, dude. Fuck. 200 IQ play there, Hadar. Oh yeah, see that's beautiful. What you should do is if you took before and after charts, you should post that in the Discord. I don't know if you did. But you should. That'd be cool. Let me see. Let me take a look. Here. Oh no, that was it. All right. Now, obviously, this was hindsight. Okay. Obviously. So don't think I'm a genius. But there's a very small imbalance right there. See that? There's your inversion. Imagine shorting that. Hell, I can't even put it all on the fucking screen. Look at that. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Look at that. That's disgusting. I mean, literally, that is absurd. That's beautiful. Shorting above old highs, the Y slime model. Inversion, so you can have an inversion model. I haven't really put out like what the inversion model is, but I kind of gave it to you today if you paid attention. Yeah, Lee Bright. Hadar's about to get a visit from the CFTC. You're like, sir, what you're doing to these markets is illegal. What you're doing to these markets is illegal. They're going to send you a cease and desist letter. Like, sir, please stop, wrecking everybody else, please. You're doing too much. But that's just so dirty. That is so dirty. I mean, oh man, dude. Yeah, insider trading. Yeah. Inside the know. Inside the one who knows, right? All right, let me get serious for a minute. So now imagine this. If I had held my entry at break even, I'd be out at break even. I'd be mad as a motherfucker. Probably not, but I'd be solely disappointed seeing the market go my direction, like 15 points, only to ultimately break even. That sucks. And that's why I've always said new highs is a partial every time. The only issue with that is if you trade one contract. Well, John, I don't know how to partial if I only have one contract. Well, you either, number one, you just get out of there and then risk seeing it go more your favor, or you say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to bump my stop 4, 5 points into profit just to lock in and then see what happens. So now that we're lower, right? We just blew through that that gap here, right? If I had held my stop open, right? Because oh my God, people on Twitter, fuck. They'll tell you, oh yeah, take the trade, set your orders, and then walk away. Right? And I think that is so retarded. That is so fucking stupid to me. If I bought that and set my stop loss here and my target was this gap, and I come back, I just go bullshit around, play Call of Duty or some shit, or go watch fucking Rick and Morty, right? If I come back to the charts and I see I was 2 ticks off and I took a loss on this, bro, I'm finding a bridge, dog. I'm finding a bridge, chat. You get what I'm saying? That blows. That blows. That is so ass. But what happens when you're up and you make a new high and you say, all right, my entry, is here. And the stop is, let's say down here, for example. Right? Oop. Right? I'm in long there. Stop here. I'm up and a new high. Oh, no. I'm taking it and I'm saying, okay, I'm in at 10 or at 175. Okay, cool. Let me lock in maybe like 475 right there. Right? So then that move here, that's what knocked me out. Okay. But let's argue that for a second. Imagine that. Imagine, you know, who do you think did better today? Somebody on Twitter who took an inversion and got a really nice trade, but never gets TP, never takes partials, and then never moves their stop, and they just took an L on the day. Oh, I'm fine with that. Oh, it's just a trade. Okay, cool. Or someone like me who's up and going, yeah, I'm not letting that go. I may at least lock in 4 points. And then I got knocked out. Okay, cool. What do you think is more advantageous for a trading career? Locking in or just letting it go? I don't let shit go, bro. Right? Kind of like my exes, all right? But in trading, though, I'm not going to let a trade run. I'm not letting it run, bro. I will only let it run after I'm break even or a little bit in the profit. I'm not going to just willy-nilly. Right? Oh, Jesus. We're really killing it today. Lower. That means Nasdaq probably, yeah, Nasdaq probably caught up too. Not too much of a surprise there. If we look at the daily, like if we just zoom out for a minute, to be fair, there was this huge imbalance over here. So that's where price was headed today, obviously. But I was a little bit more focused on the highs, to be fair. And I told you guys to wait, right? Because that's a good point, actually. Let me go back to SPY for a minute. Or, sorry, ES. But let me show you the regular trading hours. When we were in here this morning, right? I was saying wait. I was like, we got to wait for more information. Because I was like, hey, I think we could take the highs, but we have lows too. So right around that 50% is what? You can typically find consolidation, right? Oh, where did we consolidate? Check your notes, chat. Check your notes. It's fucking in there, right? Where did we consolidate? Right around that 50%. But look what it's failing to do at the gap, right? See, Tuesday's close, like the 310 close. We opened at 8:30 here. It immediately comes up and then off of it. Comes up into it, off of it. Multiple times. Can't get through it, can't get through it, can't get through it, can't get through it. Okay, fuck it. Boom. Now we're lower. So then I'm looking at this going, okay, well, let's see if this is a stop run to then go higher. And we really got nothing in there. Then we just sell off. Then we sell off even more. And that's when I was telling you, or that's what I explained earlier about the Nasdaq going higher. It was a higher low on Nasdaq where ES was lower into the gap. So it was like a short-term reversal. And then that was given up. I, got like 4 points out of that. And then now we're continuing lower. So this is why I manage the trades that way. So hopefully that, gives you a little bit of insight on trade management and a little bit more specifically an inversion model. Trading, right, with inverted imbalances. It's not just, oh, there's equal lows, there's an imbalance on the way there, we traded through it, all right, now it's going to be bullish. If you do that, you're going to get wrecked. Okay? But there is a very specific reason why I did that today. And it's on your screen. It's why I pointed that out earlier. Is because of that gap right here. Look how sensitive it was. Right? It saw a reaction. It wasn't the greatest reaction in the world, and now we're fucking through it. But at the time, that was still a good opportunity. Bro, that was over... I can't do math. From 0175 up to the high was about 14 points, right? That's $750 a contract. I think. What's 14 times 50? I'm pretty sure it's 700. Might have been $700 a contract. Either way, anything over like $500 a day, you're fucking killing it. Anything above, hell, I'd even say $200. Anything above $200 a day, you're smashing it. And then every once in a while, you can get like a banger, like who was that again? Hadar, who was shorting up here and damn near caught the whole fucking range today, right? Beautiful. That was 400 and right around 460 points or 400 points on the day for Hadar. That's a good day. That's a very good day. But yeah. So do you guys have any questions on that? Or do you kind of understand the inversion model? I don't know how many models we got now. We got the mitigation model. We got the imbalance model. We got the Y slime model. We got the inversion model now. We got the second leg model. I don't know how many that is, like 5. We got the NCE, the next candle entry model. That's 6. That's like 6 different trading models right there. Or at least entry techniques, right? So, what more do you want? Could the Y slime model and the inversion model be very similar? I told you can have more than one model at the same time. Or what about, let's say these candles, right? Shift in price delivery. That could be its own model too. It's a lot of models, dog. Just like a Victoria's Secret fashion show. We got so many models, bro. How many do you need? No, well, I agree. The only thing that I haven't done for you is like actually press the button for you. That's the only thing I haven't done. I want to check gold real quick before we hop off. That looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Regular trading hours for the gold market. That's fucking weird. Take a look at gold for a second. 5-minute time frame. If we saw accumulation here, right? You're gonna shit yourself, okay? I like saying that so much now. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but remember silver, right? I showed you silver's low. We have a lower low on silver, right? But we have a higher low on gold. And this higher low was a short-term low. And that's manipulation, right? Right? So do we have an imbalance before the manipulation? Oh, you bet your fucking ass we do. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. We actually spent quite a bit of time there. I ain't gonna lie to you, but you know, I don't like that shit, but I like perfection, and when I don't get it, you know, I like that. I like that a whole lot more. Gap inside of an inversion. On the way to what? On the way to what, chat? The highs that I told you about this morning. 25.46. Holy shit. That is some good shit, isn't it? Manipulation, divergence, inversion. It's a money printer, baby. It is a money printer. Now, here, I will tell you this. I will tell you this in closing. I've spoken about Dodgy before. I haven't watched all of his content. I've probably seen like 1 or 2 videos. I wanted to check out like what he does. You should look at his channel. If he has a lot of content on inversions. He calls them inversion fair value gaps, but I think that's a long ass fucking name, and I think that's absurd. I call them imbalances. It's just a lot simpler and a lot easier, in gaps too. So he might trade this way, he might not. But you saw what I did on ES, bro. Very, very little drawdown. And on gold, it's the same shit. I didn't trade gold, by the way. I didn't trade this. But earlier I told you 25.46 is highs for gold. Now we have two sets. And lunch we ran these lows, and then we've been here the whole time on stream. 12 o'clock, 12:25. Now I told you I don't like to see that deep of a retracement, and that I don't like that. Okay? But, you know, if you will allow me hindsight, that's what took place. Very little drawdown, immediately to profit. There's a new high, right? So to me, this could easily be at break even. You could be letting this run. And gold does not fuck around. It's a lot per contract, per point. It's a lot. So you don't really need that big of a move to make money. Oh, that's the only thing he does, Lee Bright, is the inversions. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If I would say like, oh, I have one more last thing and then we can close it out. I always got more shit. The thing is, if you were to sit down and really just do the math, okay, do the math and just say, hey, look, whatever strategy it is, the imbalance model or the mitigation model, the inversion model, any of them, if you just take a simple calculator and you risk 1%, even to make 2%, even just a 1 to, because that's what some of these guys do, even just a 1 to 2, like if you traded this inversion, okay, let's just say the inversion, not even a gap. All you got to do is come in here and do a 1 to 2. Okay, you don't even need the highs, just 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Every trade, just 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So this is all theory, by the way, because it really works out this way for a lot of people. But if you were to risk 1% to make 2%, okay, 1% to make 2%, and you did 2 trades a week, winners, by the way, okay? So, you know, you're going to take losing trades, so there's going to be minus 1%. That's what fucks the math up. But if you were able to do 2 trades at 2%, so if you make anywhere from 2% to 3% a week, so that's not even trading every day, but just 2 to 3% per week, what does that get you in a month? And with compounding, what does that get you in a year? And that's what some of these guys are going for. They're not trying to be like me. They're not trying to, you know, trade a bunch of different models. They're just trying to trade one particular model, and that's it. So for Dodgy, for example, and again, I don't know him like that, you know, or anything, but based on what I've seen from like Twitter and stuff, this is what I think he does. I think he trades inverted imbalances, and they're solid. Now, as far as the time frame and shit that he goes on, oh, that, you know, that I don't know. I don't know. But look at this shit. I don't know why I'm cussing so much today, chat. I don't know why. Look at that. Imbalance on the way lower, traded through, back into it. There's an inversion right there. What the fuck is the risk reward on that? What's the RR on that? If I can even get it on here. Fucking magnet tool is fucking me up. Even at the earliest availability, you're not even saying, oh, fuck, you know, trade the lower one. You're just like, man, fuck it. Straight inversion, stop at the low. 1 minute time frame. Yeah, what's the RR on that? To go up to these highs, that's a 1 to 4.5. Where it's at right now, I don't know where it's at right now. 1 to 2. There's your 1 to 2 right there. Risking 1% to make 2%, and you're done. Damn, Eduardo. Thank you for doing the math. 144% a year. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. And that's just doing simple shit. Simple 1 to 2. 1 to 2. or hell, even 1-to-1. I don't recommend that, but the math is the math. Risk 1 to make 1. So as long as you capture 2 to 3 wins a week, that'll be your 2 to 3%. And then you just do the same shit over and over again. You could avoid FOMC days altogether so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, FOMC? All right, I'm taking the day off. Cool. So you're chilling. You're not worried about it. You're waiting on days like today or whatever. And, you know, you could find a setup on gold. You could find like what I did on ES. And we're definitely lower. Right? Let me just delete everything because we're all over the place. But look at this right here. Could you get a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 out of that? As soon as it closes above it, when we trade right back into it, that was my entry right there. Okay? And just to do you a favor, I screenshotted right when we got to halfway and respected it. We have 6 seconds left. I screenshot it right there saying that's your fucking buy. I'm already in, but I'm like, yep, that's your buy right there. Boom. Right at 11:31. What's that 11:31? That's a new 30-minute candle. That's a new 15-minute candle. That's a new 5-minute candle. Right there. So could you have gotten, there's your 1-to-1 in like 5 minutes. Where's your 1-to-2? Right there. Done. And I'm pretty sure Dodgy does this kind of shit. 1-to-2. Simple 1%, or maybe, sorry, right here. 1% risk. 2% gain. Gone. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, 2%, you know, getting a 1-to-2 is not sexy. But if you're taking notes, the biggest thing about this, it's not the RR, 1-to-2, 1-to-2. Oh, John, that sucks. No, it doesn't. If you know how compounding interest works, real compounding interest, because I couldn't talk about this kind of shit when I was an educator for a company. I wasn't allowed to talk about shit like that. Oh, compounding interest, profitability, all that. I could not say any of that shit. None of it. I couldn't say it. I told you guys without saying it because I can be fucking sneaky, but look at that new 15-minute candle right there. Right? See, that's potential stop run. Next 15-minute candle, right? Overlap that shit. Look at that. Look at the inversion and the 15-minute next candle entry and 1-minute inversion. Hot damn. This is too clean, John. Man, you are really telling me how to make these markets my absolute bitch. Yes, I am. Because I want you to win. I want you to win, dude. I could have had a good day, but I had an okay day. You know what I mean? But that's that. Every trading ain't going to be a banger. You just got to find high probability setups and get in sync with order flow. And that's it. Everything else after that is just managing your risk. Doesn't matter how good the setup is. Have I over leveraged before? Oh yeah. Shit, yeah. But that's not sustainable. Okay? Now, I wasn't going to say this, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. I'm working on certain videos. Okay? Can you guys still hear me? Drop a 1 if you guys are still here. Because Cody's saying, is the live stream still going? I just want to make sure it's not like a pause screen. It was over and then I'm just talking to myself, you know, talking to my camera, which is what I'm doing now because nobody's here. But, you know, it's like, just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. What are keys you look for when identifying which imbalance you are looking for? If it's an imbalance, it's on the way to liquidity. It also has to be in a premium or discount. And then, or it's an imbalance that was created on the way to a liquidity run that becomes an inversion. So hopefully that helps, but there's a lot to imbalances. So Just kind of snuck that in there for those of you that have been paying attention. I'm working on some stuff right now, okay? And that is part of it, okay? The risk management, the money management, you know, really growing accounts, okay? It was a lot of shit that I couldn't do back then, but it's pretty much free reign now on YouTube, okay? So a lot of you want to, you know, hurry up and pass these funded accounts or challenges or combines or whatever. And a lot of you have, right? We've got videos on that. I've done a video with Libright, Chad. There's been some other, I think, Jeff. I've done videos with them, you know, and they give you their experience. I give you my experience 4 days a week for free. Oh, Prime, you got to get a membership. You got to get a membership, dude. This will be the last thing, I think. What did I say we were at earlier? We're very close to all-time highs. And I don't remember what it was. Oh, we are at 100, and this was as yesterday's numbers, and there was 4 that haven't updated yet. There's 163 active members with 4 not being counted, and all-time highs right now is 169. So if those 4 count, and if nobody's canceled, we might be at 167. So we might be like 2 away from all-time highs. Okay, so G Money, where you at? Prime, where you at? Eduardo, where you at? Who else is in here that don't have a membership yet? Jonas, if you're still here. Who else? Who else can we bully? And Mason, I don't know if Mason's still here. Mason, where you at, dog? We got to meet in the Discord. Get a membership today. It's only $25 a month. That is 1/4 of 1 point of the S&P. Do you understand that? ES, sorry, 2 ticks. ES is $50 a point. So if you trade ES and you make 1 point, that's $50. That pays for 2 months of being here. 2 months. Okay? That trade on ES right here, if I got broken even at 4 points, that's what? $200. That's almost a year. That's almost a year. So hopefully we get some new snipers in here. But yeah, drop a like if you guys got some value today. I think the predominant focus was inversions, maybe the inversion model. We talked briefly about gaps, briefly about Dow being the leader, and then, you know, was the outlier that went higher before going lower. We talked a little bit about money management, sorry. Moving stops as you get a new high. That's why I do it, because I would have got my ass clapped here. We talked a little bit about compounding interest. If you were to just focus on a strategy that gets you a 1 to 2 at least once or twice a week, you know, if you can end the week with 2 or 3%, it compounds phenomenally. And you don't have to have every single strategy. You could say, you know, fuck the mitigation model. Don't say that, because it's a beautiful model. It was the very first one I gave. But like the inversion model, low risk, high reward. And you could literally just focus on that. You focus on the shift in price delivery to opposing liquidity, and come on. Come on. So I think we're going to see a lot more funded account challenges passed. I think we're going to see more combines passed, because this works. I wouldn't be able to call trades if it didn't work. A bunch of my students wouldn't have, what is it called? Certificates, you know, passing challenges. They wouldn't be able to do it if what I was teaching you did not work, or at least work to some degree. You get in the Discord chat by going to your Discord user settings and then going into connections and then going into the YouTube app on Discord where you sign into your YouTube. That's how you verify, because you have to verify to get in the Discord. So if you were to ever cancel your subscription, hopefully not, but if you ever do, you have like, I think 3 or 5 days before your role gets taken away, and then you won't see anything. And then you'll be in, I don't know, you'll be wherever you're at, but not with us. So that's always an option. I don't beg people to stay, but I make it cheap so that way you guys, you know, aren't breaking an arm and a leg, you know, trying to pay for mentorship. I made it cheap because I really believe in people over profit. Not everybody believes that. Some people believe profit first and then fuck everybody else, and then wonder why their business doesn't go well, or wonder why people quit. Because I don't think they do business correctly. So without getting into all that, I'll go ahead and cut it here. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed, man. We will be here same time, same place on Friday for the last day of the month. Don't forget to check your Forex factory. There's unemployment claims tomorrow for the US dollar at 7:30 in the morning. And I guess core PCE price index at 7:30 on Friday. So be mindful of that. All right. So be good, be blessed. I will see you guys on Friday for the next live stream. And then tomorrow will be the next market review.
Right next to